turn on the taps.
Our goal, above anything else, is to solve this once and for all so that we never, ever have to end up in the situation again.
The city lifts water restrictions. WestJet reverses course.
I'm not surprised that they're making a change.
The airline responds to criticism over its jam-packed seats. And return from Antarctica.
For my students, I want to bring back that explorer mindset.
An award-winning teacher with a special lesson for his students. Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news. A teenage boy has been taken to hospital in life-threatening condition after a stabbing near Henry Wisewood High School. Mark Villani joins us from the scene with the latest. So, Mark, take us through what happened.
Ian, this all unfolded inside of this city bus just behind me. It was making a stop right across from Henry Wisewood School. That's when a 17-year-old student was stabbed by another boy of a similar age. Now, police say that boy fled the area and was arrested a short distance away and taken in for questioning. It's believed that both of the victim and the suspect knew each other and that this was a targeted attack. Now, police confirm the incident occurred just after 2 p.m. The teen was taken to hospital with serious stab wounds and in life-threatening condition, but EMS say that his condition is now upgraded to stable following surgery. Now, the suspect did flee the area following the stabbing. He was arrested a short distance away near what's believed to be his home. All the while, investigators have since located a small knife near the basketball courts at Henry Wisewood School. Students who spoke to us say they were shocked by what happened, some of them witnessing the attack itself just before police placed the school on lockdown.
We did place Henry Wisewood into lockdown just to ensure the safety of the youth inside. This did not occur on school property. It did occur on the transit bus outside of it, but to ensure that the offender did not go inside, we wanted to make sure we went through there just to clear the school.
Now, the lockdown has since been lifted. That happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon. The Calgary Board of Education saying that all of the students and staff members that were inside the building, they're all safe, and anybody that's in need of resources is going to be able to get that. For now, just a single lane of Elbow Drive behind me is open. The investigation ongoing, and anybody with information is asked to come forward to police. Ian.
Mark, thanks for the update. The city has lifted all water restrictions. It means you can go back to regular flushing and longer showers. But Calgary's water issues are far from over. Stephanie Thomas joins us now from the Southland Leisure Centre. So, Stephanie, what are the first changes Calgarians will notice?
Well, Ian, facilities like the one behind me will soon be back to normal. We will see kiddie pools be refilled, so hot tubs will be reopened and steam rooms are going to be operational. But as far as restrictions for folks at home, well, there aren't any more requirements for you for now. Now, the mayor and infrastructure managers and the Calgary Emergency Management Agency announced this afternoon that all water restrictions have been lifted. Now, water is once again flowing through the Bears Paw feeder main. The emergency is now declared over. Now, the mayor is celebrating the end of restrictions, but construction to replace the crumbling water main will bring more water disruptions in the future.
Our goal, above anything else, is to solve this once and for all so that we never ever have to end up in the situation again. So again, we can be talking about short-term patch fixes, which we will do absolutely as many as are necessary to nurse this terminally ill pipe back online.
Mayor Farkas also says that he plans to have the new pipe replaced within a year, and details about the cost of this latest disaster have not been released. Neither have details about what the new pipeline construction project will look like. Those are apparently coming to us in the coming days, but officials do say that construction for the new water pipe mean that there will be intermittent water shutoff when that project goes ahead. Ian?
Okay, thanks very much, Stephanie. One person was injured in a rollover on 16th Avenue in the Northeast. It happened just past noon in the northbound lanes near the 36th Street exit. Police say the driver lost control and the vehicle flipped. One person was taken to hospital in stable condition. WestJet is retracting its plan to densify seating on some of its aircraft after a negative reception by passengers. This video went viral last week, showing an Alberta couple jammed into their seats with minimal legroom. WestJet says the plan was to fit more people into planes, and that would allow the airline to keep fares lower. The airline had already changed the seating on a number of planes, but now says it will return to the prior seat pitch in the economy section. A full row of 6 seats will be taken out.
Given the amount of feedback that they've received, I'm not surprised that they're making a change. But it at the same time is a little bit surreal that one little video had such an impact.
WestJet says it's still evaluating other aspects of the new layout. Prime Minister Mark Carney is wrapping up his highly anticipated trip to China after securing a major deal. Canada has agreed to allow up to 49,000 Chinese electric vehicles into Canada at a 6.1% tariff. That's down from the current 100% tariff. In exchange, China will drop some levies on agricultural goods such as canola meal and lobster. The agreement is receiving mixed reaction. The auto sector worries China is getting a foothold in the Canadian market and will use it at the expense of Canadian workers. But the agricultural sector welcomes the news. Tim Brook joins us with more reaction. And Tim, Albertans you chatted with seem to be happy.
Yes, Ian, which, as you mentioned there, is the exact opposite of how so many people in Ontario, especially those in the auto sector, are feeling. But in Alberta, specifically in southern Alberta, people seem to be pretty happy with this. A lot of people told us it feels like the feds sort of catering to Westerners, which is something they tell us they just feel like doesn't happen all too often. So right now, we're about 2 months away from seeding, and so, well, a lot of that happiness comes from farmers in southern Alberta. This new agreement should bump up the price of canola and help many farms that have been reeling as of late. Really, this deal has already, just after a few hours, increased futures.
We needed this very, very badly. It gets back to, we've been shut out of China. They are our second biggest customer, and we needed to bring them back into the fold. We met with the Prime Minister in September and have been working and in contact with the federal government since then. And, it is really nice to see that they're paying attention. They listen to us.
Now, we got a statement from the Premier's office this morning, and Danielle Smith also welcomes in this news. Ian, she points out positive trade partnerships like this, especially positive trade partnerships like this in Asia, are a really good signal for the energy sector and can really help grow the industry here in Canada.
Thanks, Tim. The Snow Days Festival kicks off in Banff and Lake Louise this weekend. The most popular event is ski joring on Banff Avenue. It's a mixture of horse riding and skiing. The festival also includes an ice carving competition and performances. Activities are planned through until February 8th. That ski joring looks like so much fun. Of course, they need lots of fresh snow that's put on Banff Avenue for the event.
Right.
How does it look for a weekend in Banff?
And fun to watch. It looks pretty good. Mild for the weekend. I would say, though, if you like somewhat warmer weather, then it's 3 degrees for tomorrow in Banff and a little more sunshine expected for Saturday. By Sunday, we'll have a little more cloud cover in the Banff area and daytime high will be just below freezing. So, nice overall. In Calgary, what are we looking at? Well, it's been a quiet day today, and I guess a cooler day because we've had no record-breaking heat today. We got to a high of +1 earlier, and now we're sitting at -3. The winds have been relatively calm here and there, gusting closer to 30 kilometers per hour. They will pick up tomorrow, and I think the most important thing to talk about is throughout the day tomorrow, the winds are going to shift. So tonight, we'll have winds out of the west. That will help increase the temperatures in the early morning hours, so 2 degrees by 8 a.m. And through the morning, the winds will be out of the southwest around 30 kilometers per hour. That should be enough to get us to 10 degrees by about noon, 1 o'clock. Then, though, the winds are going to shift, come out of the north and get a little gustier, and that will mean temperatures will quickly drop throughout the afternoon. That's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen.
Thanks, Danielle. It's another tool meant to improve Alberta's healthcare system. Still ahead, the online dashboard with data on wait times. And a court ruling on Ottawa's use of the Emergencies Act against protesters in Ottawa and Alberta. Alberta's premier says a major court ruling today against Justin Trudeau's former government is a win for freedom and for Canadians. The Federal Court of Appeal has found it was unreasonable for the Liberals to use the Emergencies Act to end protests 4 years ago. The act was imposed after the truckers' convoy tied up downtown Ottawa for 3 weeks over public health restrictions. It also helped to end the border blockades, including the one in Coutts, Alberta. The appeals court is upholding a decision by a federal court judge in 2024 who said there was no national emergency that would require the act and that constitutional rights were infringed. A Calgary man found guilty of terrorism-related offenses will be sentenced on February 4th. Sentencing arguments happened this morning for Jamal Borhat, who traveled to Syria to train with ISIS. The Crown says Borhat should spend 16 years in prison. His lawyer is asking for 12 years. Borhat's cousin and co-accused is already serving a 12-year sentence. Here we are. The weekend is here. Looks like a pretty good one.
Yes, enjoy this weekend. Make the best of it. Do outdoorsy things. Because next weekend we're in the minus double digits.
Wow.
Big change on the way. Okay, here's a Skywatch weather camera. I'm not sure if you feel it. I have a bit of a headache. The winds are starting to shift again. We're looking at Chinook conditions for tonight and tomorrow. That will boost our temperatures into the double digits tomorrow for Calgary. -3 is where we're sitting at the moment. TDA's high was +1. So a mild day and still above normal for this time of year. A normal high is -3 for this time of year in Calgary. -1 is the temperature in Drumheller, -3 in Brooks, and as we head into the Medicine Hat Milk River area, -2. Winds have been relatively calm today, especially in comparison to yesterday. So yesterday, Medicine Hat got to just over 90 kilometer per hour gusts, and today in the mid-40s. So it has been an improvement, and in those 30s for Lethbridge, Calgary, 40s for Brooks today. Fast forward to tomorrow and the winds are going to pick up. So let me show you here, 50 for Banff. So even Banff will be a little on the gusty side. 80 for Pincher Creek, 60 for Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, and around that 70 mark is possible in Calgary later in the day. Most likely though for Calgary, we're looking at 50 kilometer per hour gusts, but it could get this high. Now this says out of the north. We'll be out of the south and southwest for the morning hours, and then we're going to switch to a northerly flow early in the afternoon. So our daytime high will likely be around noon, 1 o'clock, and then when the winds shift and start to come out of the north, temperatures will start to cool fast throughout the afternoon hours rather than increase. So wind direction, of course, a huge thing on the lee side of the Rockies. All right, so radar and satellite, no moisture really in our forecast, nothing significant. We're looking at getting a couple flurries on the weekend, but again, snowfall doesn't hold much moisture at all. So, and this will be very isolated in nature. I'll give you an idea of timeline here. Overnight, Saturday night in through early Sunday morning, a few flurries. Calgary down parts of Highway 2 in through the Lethbridge area. That's certainly a possibility. Again, short-lived, brief, very isolated as well. And then we have that chance return once again on Sunday evening. So nothing significant, nothing to shovel, but you may see a few snowflakes out there Sunday morning and Sunday night. So here we go. Here's a look at the wind gusts. In the morning, we're looking at winds out of the southwest, 30 kilometers per hour. And even tonight, while we're sleeping, the winds will be out of the west. This should get us up to 10 degrees by the noon hour. Then we're going to start to get winds out of the north. They're going to pick up and get a little more intense to 50 kilometers per hour, maybe even 70. And that's going to switch the temperature. So we'll quickly drop temperature-wise in the afternoon. And then we've lost the Chinook from there. So -1 will be our high on Sunday. Again, we have a few flurries here and there. 4 degrees for Monday, 2 for Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday will be above that freezing mark. But then you can see that cooling trend really start to kick in on Wednesday of next week. And by next weekend, minus double digits.
Alberta's government has launched an online dashboard to share information about surgery wait times and certain screenings. The online portal will eventually expand to include primary health care data and information on assisted living, addictions, and mental health. The dashboard is one of the measures the province said would be coming to help improve the system. An emergency room physician has called for the province to declare a state of emergency to deal with system pressures. But Dr. Paul Parks is pleased to hear the province is aware of the problems.
Acknowledge that this was, we weren't crying wolf, that it really is difficult and it is really hard to give safe and timely care. So we need to do all the short-term mitigating strategies that we've done in the past that will work. And we have to show Albertans, they're accountable.
Parks says he's glad the government is working on a long-term plan for Alberta's healthcare system, but the short-term relief still needs to be proven. A family near Vulcan is looking for help after a fire. Just ahead, the fire that ripped through their barn and its connection to a charity for children. Advertising will soon make an appearance on ChatGPT. Joining me is Leanna Wachniak, investment advisor with the Popwich Carmali Advisory Group. So, Leanna, when you search for an answer on ChatGPT, you might have to wait through an ad.
Well, wait through an ad or get one served at the bottom of your answer. This is something that hasn't rolled out yet, but will start rolling out to users in the US in the near future. And it's kind of an answer to the question of how does OpenAI actually monetize or make some money on the ChatGPT product? Now, there's a number of different tiers of ChatGPT subscription. This will apply right now to the free tier and the ChatGPT Go tier, which is the lowest paid subscription price that is available. And basically what it currently will look like is, again, potentially an ad that you'll have to watch or something that you'll see on the bottom of that ChatGPT answer when you get a response. Now, they won't be shown to children under the age of 18. And for people who are in the higher paid tiers, they'll get the ad-free experience. But it's a step in the direction of a different way of monetizing rather than just the subscription fee, which investors have been concerned of for a while isn't enough to actually support the ambitious plans of ChatGPT and their basically response to spreading it across the globe. So this might push people to other platforms for the free ones, and it might stay with the ChatGPT product, and this might work. So this one will definitely be one that investors will be keeping a close eye on in the AI space as we go forward.
Meantime, a bit of a surprise in the U.S. as manufacturing rises.
That's right. These are the December numbers, and we saw a rise of about 0.2% for the month. That is higher than analysts and economists were expecting, but is still annualized at a bit of a contraction for the last quarter. Now, economists are expecting to see manufacturing rise a little bit in the U.S., given some tax breaks that are coming into effect. And again, this is one to watch and one that the Trump administration will be watching, because bringing more manufacturing back to the U.S. is, of course, a major pillar of what they are trying to do.
All right. Thanks for the update.
Thank you.
The NAIT Academic Staff Association says its workers could soon strike. It says of the 83% of eligible members who cast a vote, they are in favor of a strike mandate. It says they're frustrated with the lack of movement in negotiations and a proposal to increase the cost for benefits. NAIT says it wants to get back to the negotiating table with the help of a mediator to reach a deal. The association represents more than 1,000 academic staff at NAIT. Stabbing near Henry Wisewood High School. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. A 17-year-old boy was taken to hospital in life-threatening condition this afternoon, but his condition is now considered stable. Police say a suspect is in custody. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from a witness, plus we will have the very latest from that scene. Also ahead, the Bears Paw Feeder main is back up and running tonight. We'll ask Calgarians how they're feeling about the water restrictions being lifted. We'll see you at 6. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. A barn fire in Vulcan County injured several animals, and a Southern Alberta family is asking for help. 8 animals were in the barn, including piglets and baby goats. All of them are now recovering from injuries, including burns and breathing problems. The couple also spent time in the hospital for their breathing concerns. They recently set up the small hobby farm to help children with special needs and trauma. RCMP are investigating the fire, and the family is looking for shelter for their roughly 50 small animals after this scary event.
We were just kind of scrambling because our animals were all over the farm, running around, burnt, injured. It was just chaos.
All of the animals survived. Since the fire, the family says their landlord has evicted them, so the couple and their young son have to move. A page on the fundraising site, Give, Send, Go, has been set up to help the family raise money for vet bills and to find shelter for the animals. The sunshine stays tomorrow and the temperature will spike right now in Calgary. It is -3 and mainly clear. Danielle has the details coming up. One very special day tomorrow with temperatures really spiking.
Yes, back to double digits.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's not a whole lot of that in our longer range forecast, so enjoy it, please. Do what you need to do outside. And if you haven't taken down the Christmas decorations, it's maybe one of your last chances to do it with some reasonable temperatures. -3 is our current temperature. We did get to a high of 1 today, and -3 is a normal high for this time of year. So yes, earlier this week we had record-breaking heat. We're not going to be record-breaking tomorrow, but we'll get to the double digits. But that will be in the early afternoon hours, and then we'll cool down throughout the rest of the afternoon. And then by Sunday, a high of -1, mainly cloudy, chance of flurries.
Thanks, Danielle. An award-winning teacher is sharing with his students his experiences on a recent trip to Antarctica. Court Rustemeyer was named a National Geographic Grosvenor Teacher Fellow. Last month, he was part of an expedition to the Antarctic. He spent 15 days exploring the region with scientists from around the world on the icebreaker Endurance. He says it was the trip of a lifetime, and now he's sharing what he learned with his students at Vincent Massey Junior High School.
But in terms of my students here, I really, I know climate change is big and things like icebergs and wildlife, and those ones are definitely on conversations. But for my students, I want to bring back that explorer mindset and really that we can see this world, and that I think there's parts of the world that, as a student, like this is me, this is me in the world, and I can find my spot, and I really want to show kids that.
Rustemeyer is in the process of putting together some digital stories and in-person presentations about his incredible trip. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.